Heavenly Father, we come to you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we begin this program. Lord, we ask that you would bless every person who has gathered here today, and that you would be present with us in a special way. We pray that this program would be a time of learning, growth, and fellowship for all of us. Help us to listen to one another with open hearts and open minds, and to support one another as we strive to serve you in all that we do. Please give us the strength and the courage to follow your will and to use the gifts and talents you have given us to make a positive difference in the world. We pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Hello everyone! Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng ating mga participants na nandito ngayon live to join our learning session under sa aming administrative na category. By the way, my name is Piper and I will be your host for tonight's learning activity. So again, we are live here sa ating Zoom conference. At the same time, we are also live through the Facebook page. Isa sa mga Facebook pages namin, unfortunately kasi medyo nagkaroon kami ng technical issues or technical concerns connecting the Scale Up Training and Development Facebook page for Zoom live streaming. So that's why ginamit na lang muna namin temporarily yung isa naming Facebook page. But we also shared it sa Scale Up na Facebook page. So kahit saan man kayo sa dalawa mag-participate, dito man kayo sa Zoom or sa Facebook Live, we guarantee you na the same set of discussion, the same set of information ang marireceive nating lahat sa ating mentor for tonight. So bago ko i-introduce ang ating mentor or ang ating resource person this evening, let me share to you the following house rules na as much as possible, kailangan talaga natin siyang i-observe, no? Mga basic house rules lang naman din ito every time na merong mga online activities, no? And for sure, hindi naman ito yung kumbaga first time ninyo, no, na mag-participate sa isang webinar. Ito din for sure ang karaniwang house rules nila, kaya hindi na bago sa inyo ito. So please be responsible for the following house rules. The first one is to make sure na your microphone is always on mute. At all times yan, no? Except meron kayong gustong sabihin. Kasi sa aming mga learning activities, we are allowing the participants to also share their insights, or baka meron kayong maidagdag, no, na personal experiences in regards sa dinidiscuss ni mentor. Pwedeng-pwede yon, especially kung confident ka naman no, to speak, no, sa crowd like this. Pero bago mo i-unmute yung microphone mo, mag-raise ka muna ng hand. Di ba meron naman tayong emoji, merong icon na pwedeng i-click dito sa Zoom, yung mag-raise ng hand, para i-acknowledge muna namin kayo or i-acknowledge muna kayo ni mentor before turning on your microphone para hindi ma-distract si mentor, hindi din ma-distract ang mga co-participants. Yung nasa mga Facebook Live din naman pala, no, before we proceed, yung sa Facebook Live, so since wala kayong kumbaga capacity to speak, no, using your microphone, kasi one-way street lang kasi yung Facebook Live, di ba? Kailangan nyo lang manood, ganyan, makinig, pero meron tayong comment section. So that's why kapag meron kayong mga questions, um, habang nagde-discuss si mentor, pwedeng-pwede nyo namang ilagay yun sa comment section para kami na lang ang magre-relay kay mentor kung ano yung concerns na meron kayo. Use the chat responsibly. Dito sa Zoom, pwede ninyong gamitin yung chat. Kung ayaw ninyong magsalita, pwede naman yung chat box. You can ask questions there. Kung pwede namang i-reserve ang question mamaya sa open forum, kung pwede, later na lang siya itanong, no, sa ating open forum or sa ating Q&A portion. Pero if the question is like something like, if it is a clarification based sa discussion ni mentor, pwede ninyong itanong na yan immediately. Especially if kailangan siya ng immediate answer. Kaya pwede ninyong i-utilize ang chat box na yan. So, and for those na nasa Facebook Live, ganun din, sa comment section na lang kayong mag-message, no? Tapos kami na lang ang magre-relay. Respect the speaker and participants. Stay present and engage. Yung pinaka-maximum naman natin for this learning activity is until 8 o'clock in the evening. So, pinaka-maximum na yon. Kaya we are hoping na sa loob ng 2 oras na magsasama-sama tayo, you will stay present. Lalong-lalo na later on, meron tayong attendance sa ating mga participants tonight. And we are also hoping na mag-engage kayo all throughout this activity. Kasi ilan lang din naman tayo, di ba? Hindi naman tayo ganun kadami. So para naman mas connected si mentor sa kanyang mga participants, kapag meron siyang tinatanong, no, syempre kailangan ng participation ninyo. So kapag may tinanong siya, we are hoping na you will also respond by using the chat box. Or kapag meron siyang ipapaklik, no, na emoji, something like that. So we are really hoping na you will participate, you will engage para mas interactive yung ating learning session for tonight. Kasi medyo din, di ba? Kumbaga parang kapag may itatanong siya tapos walang sasagot, di ba? Parang wala naman siyang kasama. Keep your camera on if possible lang naman. So if you are not comfortable, it's okay, no? Kasi ang pinaka-goal naman natin tonight is for you to learn, no? Kaya kung saan kayo comfortable, doon na lang din kayo. Okay? So not to the point na baka makakatulog kayo, no, sa session natin this evening. So yung ating webinar for tonight, as I mentioned earlier, is under sa aming administrative na webinar series. And this is actually the 10th webinar series, no, under sa administrative. So meaning to say, meron na kaming nakandak na previously na 9 administrative related na mga webinars, at nakikita naman natin yan dito sa ating screen. So just to give you like a recap, kasi baka interested din kayo to learn from the previously conducted na mga administrative webinars namin, pwedeng-pwede ninyong balikan ang mga sessions na yon. Pwede ninyong panoorin through our YouTube channel. And then if in case you need a certificate for that, meron kayong nakikitang link dito sa right side of the screen, sa right side na box, no, sa baba, may nakalagay dyan, visit this link. Pwede ninyong picturean yan, screenshot nyo yan para at least you have a copy of the link where to request a certificate after ninyong mapanood yung mga previously conducted na webinars namin. Well, actually, yung link na yan nakalagay din naman sa description ng bawat YouTube videos na meron kami. So, kaya you can just visit the link doon sa description. So, ano-ano yung mga na-conduct natin, no? Na, wait lang ha, wait lang. I'm just checking my share screen, no? Kadali lang ha, wait lang guys. Kasi ang nakikita ko dito sa Facebook Live, someone is sharing their video. So I am just checking here. Sino ba naka-turn on ng video here? Sa participants naman namin. So make sure you are also, your video is also turned off, no? Especially if you are outdoor. Anyway, naka-turn off naman here. Sige, sorry for that interruption. Pero as I am checking here sa Facebook Live, sige, sorry. So, hindi ko lang makita dito, wait lang guys. To those na i-check nga ninyo sa inyong account, sa inyong Zoom, kung sino ang naka-turn on, kasi hindi ko nakikita here. Kasi kayo yung currently na nasa Facebook Live, no, as of the moment. So, sige lang, we will just check it later on. Okay, so again, eto yung ating mga previously conducted na administrative webinar series, no? So yung ating 101, we started with administrative management, no? That's the first one, foundational knowledge yan in regards to administrative na discussion. And then yung ating 102, it's all about records management, retention and disposal. The third series was all about office administration. And then it was followed by the 104, which is all about office management for administrative excellence. The fifth series was all about customer and quality service management. Yung ating 106, ang pinag-usapan naman natin dyan was all about project development and management. The seventh series, essentials of research and development. Yung ating 108, essential digital skills for administrative assistance. At yung pinaka last, no, mas yung parang recent na natapos natin, the 109, the discussion was all about task organization and workflow management. At yung ika-10 series natin, which is the 9th, yung business communication and professional correspondence. So ang ating YouTube channel name, it's the same with our business name, yung Scale Up Training and Development lang din. So i-search nyo na lang ninyo yan sa YouTube. Tapos, mas madali ninyong ma-access ang ating mga administrative na mga related webinars kapag pupunta kayo sa playlist, no? Sa YouTube namin, merong playlist and then just go to administrative para the same sa nakikita ninyo sa left side of the screen, naka-group together na lahat ng administrative related webinars namin para mas madali nga ninyong ma-access tapos sunod-sunod na ninyong pwedeng mapanood. So for tonight, our discussion will focus on business communication and professional correspondence, and this will be our guide question for this webinar. So yung discussion ni mentor, yung insights na i-share niya, personal experiences, pati mga facts about business communication, masasagot niya yung ating guide question this evening. And it goes like this: how to communicate professionally through emails, reports, letters, and workplace interactions. Ayan, parang na-identify ni Cyril, no? Let me check here. Yun nga, si Ivy daw, no? Let me check here. Hinahanap ko kasi kung sino yung naka-turn on na na icon sa video nga, pero hindi ko nakikita on my end. Where is Ivy here? Ivy Banuelos ba? Pero naka-ano siya eh, naka-off ang kanyang camera here. Okay. I guess yan. Hindi siya naka-share siya. But anyway, I hope that what I did here no sa Zoom ayan. So what I did here, na-click niya ata yung share. But yes, thank you very much Cyril no. If this is Sir ba. For identifying kasi hinahanap ko doon sa participants kung sino ang naka-turn on ng camera but everyone is naka-off naman share pala yung na-click niya. So, nag-share siya ng screen niya. So, baka na-access yung camera ba. But now, it's okay. I identified it. Thank you so much for assisting. Now, going back here, no? So, eto na yung ating guide question. Balikan natin. How to communicate professionally through emails, reports, letters, and workplace interactions. I believe, no, yung mga insights na i-share ni mentor. Dito kasi sa Scale Up, we are calling our resource speakers as mentor kasi our learning activities is para siyang mentorship session na rin at the same time. Because the mentors are not only sharing facts about the given topic, but they are also sharing their personal experiences. And for tonight, I am very confident na yung ating resource person or yung ating mentor can help us answer yung ating guide question for tonight. So let me quickly introduce our mentor tapos later on magpapakilala siya further no sa kanyang sarili. So yung ating mentor for tonight, ang dami niyang mga professional certifications na nakuha. Marami siyang mga exams, no? Na naipasa. At yung iilan sa mga yon listed here at nakikita nyo sa ating screen. He is a certified professional office administrator. He is also a certified marketing management specialist. He is also a certified research specialist and he is also a certified human resource associate. So doon pa lang no sa kanyang professional credentials at saka mga examinations na ipasa, for sure marami talaga siyang ma-share sa atin tonight. Currently, he is working as a senior high school teacher because our mentor is a licensed professional teacher no by education and by profession. So la LPT siya. Meron siyang dalawang masteral degree na natapos. The first one is yung kanyang master's in public administration. And the second one is yung kanyang master's in business administration. So kung merong individual na napakasipag mag-aral, hope sana ganyan din ako yung parang masipag mag-aral talagang maraming mga credentials currently hindi pa natatapos yung kanyang educational journey. Currently as of the moment he is taking his doctorate degree in business administration. So guys, please help me welcome our mentor this evening. We have Mentor Abner Ilaw. Hello, Mentor. Good evening.
Good evening po, ma'am. Good evening po to all of you. The all participants, good evening as well.
Good evening, sir. Sige. I will now stop sharing the screen and then you can share yours. Tapos you can start whenever you are ready.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I will share first. May I know to all of you, everybody, say this one. The audience, nakikita po ba yung the PowerPoint?
Yes, sir. Pwede na sigurong i-full screen. Gusto mo siya i-full screen?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po.
Sige, sa slideshow. Para full screen tayo mas sa mga participants. Sige, yung slideshow po.
Just a minute, ma'am. This one.
Yan. Okay, everything is set na, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I will proceed for our discussions today, but this evening. But prior, I just prefer the pop quiz activity. The pop quiz activity is called the word scrambles. Now, the instructions, audience, you need to rearrange the jumbled letters to form a meaningful word. Now, this is the first letter. Sa minute. Yeah, what is the first letter? This one. James, write in the chat box the answer. Yeah, what is the number one? James, the number one. Any idea about the number one? Hello? Ma'am, siguro much bigger half lang. Hindi ko siya nakikita yung yung tawag dito. Yung sa minute. Just a minute, no.
Ganyan. Mas gusto mong ganyan.
Yeah, siguro much bigger. Also, hindi ko nakikita yung nila, yung answer nila in the chat box about the activity.
So, bali, sige, kung saan ka na lang po mas comfortable mentor. Kasi, para mas comfortable ka at the same time. Pero ayan, with that, yung nakikita mo ng chat nila.
As of now, ma'am, not yet. But siguro kasi for na lang, conversation na lang siguro. I-ask siguro si Mento, si participant, if no the answer, siguro is sabihin niya na lang, state niya na lang, since hindi ko siya makita in the chat box. Sige, number one, what is the correct word, the number one? The participants, can you answer the number one? What is the correct word, this one?
Business communication.
The business communications. Am I correct?
Yes po.
Yeah, exactly, participant. The number one, the business communication. How about the number two, this one?
Professional relationships.
Exactly, the professional relationships, the number two. How about this one, the number three?
Workplace productivity.
Yeah, correct. The workplace productivity. And the number four?
Teamwork.
Yeah, exactly. The teamwork, the number four. Very good, sir. Number five?
Internal communication.
Exactly, the internal communications. Number six?
Staff meetings.
Staff meetings, exactly. Number 7 and 8, this one?
Number 7, external communication.
Exactly, the external communication. And the number 8?
Business letters.
The business letters. How about number 9 and number 10, this one?
Verbal communication.
Verbal communication. And the number 10 is?
Non-verbal communication.
Non-verbal communication. This is the last two. 11 and 12.
What is this? Subject line.
The subject line and?
Signature line.
The signature line. Exactly. Why audience? Because these 12 words are having early part our discussions tonight. Because audience, our discussion tonight is about the business communications and the professional correspondence. By the way, audience, prior to proceed our main discussions tonight, I have a question first to all of you. If you heard the word the business communications and the professional correspondence, what is your first thinking or what is your first idea about this word?
Business letters. Business
regarding
letters.
The business and
business letters.
The
business letters.
letters. What else? Exactly. What else the others? Aside from the business leaders. The others. Sige, the others participants. Participants, don't be shy. This is our moment. Tayo-tayo lang. Oh, the others. Aside the business leaders. The other participants. Sige, the others. Audience, or participants. If you heard the business communications and the professional correspondence, what is your first thinking or idea about it?
Administrative task.
At the administrative tasks and also the business leaders. Also, for the additional, this is class, if you heard the business communication in term, for example, the conversations, but the conversation, the content is about the business. In addition, they always act professionally. Now, this is the crucial the discussions tonight, and because this is able to give a good impact to all of us. Now, our topic tonight, audience, about the business and professional communication has, this is the four part. The part one, the introductions to business communications. This is the part one. Also, the part two, the professional email and the communications. The part four, the professional reports and the business letters. And the part three, the part four, workplace interactions and the professionalism. These are the four part our topic tonight. Now, aside from the part, also our topic tonight has the 8 objectives. Now, what are the 8 objectives? This is the number one, or the learning objectives after the sessions. Audience should be able to, number one, audience should be able to define the business communications and professional correspondence. Also, the number two, identify the importance of effective workplace communications. The number three, audience should be able to differentiate formal and informal communications in the workplace. Also, the four, demonstrate the proper proper email etiquette and the structures. Also, the number five, audience should be able to prepare professional reports and the business letters. Also, the number six, objectives, apply effective communication skills during workplace interactions. Also, second to the last, audience should be able to practice professionalism, courtesy, and clarity in the administrative communication. And the last, create sample professional using the appropriate format. These are the learning objectives. Now, proceed our main discussions tonight. What is the business communications? Audience, the business communications, this is refers to exchange of information within and outside the workplace for the organizational purposes. It means the information, for example, I am the manager before at Megaward Corporations. I always conduct an agenda towards to my subordinates. It means they always dominate the conversations. Why? Because this is the organizational objectives, meaning to say to become the dominant, the relationship inside the organization, but also the topic always regarding the business transactions. Not just only, for example, the inside the organization, rather the outside organization as well. For example, meron tayong mga subordinates sa labas. Definitely, I am the manager. I always asking regarding the performance, regarding for example, kumusta sila, yung work nila, kumusta yung felling nila. This is in terms the business communication. Basta the summary, the communication dominant regarding the business transaction inside the organizations. Audience, clear this one about the business communications? Audience, clear this one? Maliwanag po ba the business communication? Exchange informations. Hello? Audience, naririnig po ba? Hello?
Yes, sir. Audible
Okay,
po.
sige. Kasi umuulan dito sa amin, malakas. Parang feeling ko baka nawala yung internet. Sige, proceed na tayo sa minute. Proceed na tayo for the importance of the business communications. Meaning to say, these are the following important of the business communications. The number one, builds professional relationship. What do you mean this one? Regarding to builds professional relationship. Sige, audience, ano yung pagkakaintindi nyo about this one? About the builds professional relationship. It means this is in terms to give a profound gradually, for example, the gradually relationship. The example, I as a manager at the Megaward Corporation, definitely my action is always accurate. Kinakumusta ko sila individuals regarding for example ano yung feelings nila, regarding for example ano yung status ng work nila, happy ba sila sa work nila. Definitely audience, at because my actions, my subordinates gradually to become to closer with us. Why? At because my action. Yung action ko is aligned and napi-feel nila na very sincere ako sa kanila. This is to build professional relationships. Also, aside the number one, also the number two, to improve workplace productivity. Honestly, nangyayari this one if close ka or comfortable yung mga manpower. For example, yung manpower mo or yung mga subordinate mo, comfortable sa'yo, definitely nagiging productive sila. For example, to improve workplace productivity, like example, they always arrive on time at the workplace. They always performing well. The tasks. They always, for example, submit the report on time. Why? It because they are comfortable and it because they are delighted sa organizations. It means nagiging productive sila. Now, this is the good impact to the organization. Why? It because simultaneously, the organization increasing as well the productivity. Naging productive yung mga manpower, also naging productive also yung organizations. Pag productive, tandaan natin audience, pag productive yung manpower, simultaneously, nagiging productive yung organizations. Tama po ba? Tama po ba pag productive yung manpower, nagiging productive yung organizations? Audience, tama po ba? Hello?
Yes po, mentor. Very correct.
Okay, sige. Sorry kasi tanong ako. Hindi ko nakikita sa computer. And second reason, umuulan dito, baka daldal ako is wala na pala, na-disconnect na ako. Okay, the number 3, prevents misunderstanding. Now, this is audience in terms, for example, yung mga misconceptions sa organization, yung misunderstanding nila audience is nare-remove nila. Why? Because every day, si manager at saka si subordinates, they always mayroon silang conversations na ginagawa in terms of kumustahin ni managers. The example, si employee, mayroong concern kay manager, definitely na-address yung concern ni employees. Now, this is the moment si employees nagiging comfortable kay managers and also nagiging comfortable as well to work the organizations. This is audience to prevent misunderstanding. Walang misconception. Walang misunderstanding na nangyayari sa organization. At because in terms the relationship nila, nagiging maayos yung relationship ng all all manpower o the all subordinates in the organizations. Also, enhance teamwork and coordinations. Ayun, for example, if manager conducts, like example, the meetings, definitely the all manpower able to attend or they are fascinating to attend the meetings. Why? Because they are delighted, they are, they are happy to work together with the manager. Di ba ganun lang naman kasimple nangyayari? Pag happy ka, like example, sa manager mo, pag happy ka sa work mo, pag may mga meetings, mga activities, definitely lagi kang present. Lagi kang nandoon o uma-attend ka ng uma-attend. This is audience, the enhanced teamwork and coordination. Meaning to say, because mayroon kayong teamwork, it's very, it's very strong or the dominant the teamwork, definitely this is the good impact to the organizations. Nagiging maayos yung organizations, nagiging productive yung organizations, and definitely yung mga manpower hindi umaalis sa organization. Nag-i-stay sila ng matagal at because the good relationship in the organization. Di ba tama pag hindi toxic yung environment, pag maayos yung relationship ng manager, yung mga, for example, yung mga higher position, maayos yung relationship nyo, definitely delighted ka, definitely comfortable ka, definitely is fascinating ka to work the company. Parang hindi ka nakakapag-isip, nalilipat ako the other company. Yung iniisip mo, always stay the company for the long time. Dito na ako magre-retired sa company to. Ito, this is audience, the enhanced teamwork and coordinations. Next, creates positive company image. What do you think this one? Meaning to say, create the company image. For example, sometimes the investors, di ba familiar, yung sino mga business graduate dito. Di ba for example, prior yung mga investors mag-invest sa company, tinitingnan nila yung portfolio ng company. Sinisilip nila, pinipiping nila, ano yung portfolio ng company. Titingnan nila yung company image, kung maganda yung company image. Now, pag maganda yung company image, definitely magtatrust sila, magiging investor sila sa isang company, sa isang organization. This is the impact of the business communication. Because referral, nangyayari sa referral. For example, mayroon kang friend, si employees number 1, mayroong palang friends na mayaman. Yung friend na mayaman is needs, for example, to invest the specific company. Since wala siyang idea, kumuha siya ng friend na saan yung bidder na company to invest. And definitely, na-refer, for example, na employee number 1 sa ganito specific company. Nangyayari this one sa mga blue chips company. Pag maganda yung image the company, definitely, it has a lot of the investors willing to invest the company. Naglalabas ng malaking halaga yan. Tawag sa mga yan, mga angel investors. Audience, clear this one, the 5, the importance of the business communications. Sige,
Yes,
just
Mentor.
proceed. Okay. Just proceed this one. 2 types of the business communications. This is audience, the 2 types of the business communication. The first, the internal communications. Also, the second, the external communication. Now, audience, what is the differentiate the internal communication and the external communications? What is the definition, the internal communication, and what is the definition, the external communications? The internal communication audience within the organization, meaning to say, yung communication nila, nagsacycle lang inside the organization. Like example, si manager, mayroon silang conversations ng employees. O like example, marketing department, yung manager ng marketing department, nagkaroon sila ng conversations from the accounting department. This is audience, the communication inside only the organization. This is the example. The example, staff meetings. For example, nag-conduct si manager ng meetings. Definitely, dito lang or inside lang the organizations. Example, yung the second examples, the office memos. Di ba minsan naglalabas ng memo yung company? Definitely, ibinabasa mo ano yung content ng memo. Lahat yan, for example, bibigyan si employee number 1, employee number 2, meaning to say, nagkakaroon sila ng conversation, but the conversation hindi pwede ilabas. Nagsacycle lang inside the organization. Also, the number 3 examples for the internal communication, the internal emails. Like example, marketing department, nag-email toward, for example, the finance department, or for example, vice versa. Si finance department nag-email kay marketing department. This is, audience, the internal emails, or this is the internal communication. Nagsacycle lang the communication inside the organizations. Clear this one, audience? Okay, this one, the external communication. The external communications with the clients. Like example, si clients is nag-email kay company. Nag-email siya about the concern niya. Now, vice versa naman, si company sumagot sa concern ni clients na address, for example, the concern the clients. Also, like example, si suppliers, yung mga raw materials, for example, isusupply nila tomorrow. But prior to deliver, the raw materials, the supplier email first to the company. Binigyan nila ng awareness si company, definitely is i-deliver na yung raw material. This is the external communication. Also yung mga stakeholders nila. Now, this is the example, the external emails, the business letters. Also, the customer's emails. Diba yung customer nag-email, for example, kay company. Example, ano yung concern nila sa company. Ano yung dapat, for example, action dapat ni company. This is in terms, the external emails. Galing kay customers yung information. Galing sa labas and sinisend nila towards the company or the organizations. Next, the reports the clients. For example, si clients. Or like example, this is vice versa. Si company is nagbigay ng reports kay clients. Or si clients naman, vice versa, nagbigay ng informations or ng report kay company. This is pag sinabing external communication, galing sa labas, yung information, binabato paloob. Next, proceed this one, the forms of the communications. Meaning to say, marami pa lang yung forms ng communication. Like example, the verbal communication, the number 1. The example, the verbal communication, this is the face-to-face conversations. Diba pag sinabing face-to-face conversations, minsan natatouch mo or nahawakan mo. Minsan yung saliva mo, diba yung saliva minsan is nagbabounce, tumatalsik pa nga pag verbal communication. Hawakan mo pa. Clear this one, the verbal communication. Now, dahil yung verbal communication, this is the body language. Like example, yung pinpoint, finger pinpoints. 'Di ba kahit hindi siya naglabas ng information, because in terms the pinpoint niya, naintindihan mo kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin. Also like example, yung lip movement. 'Di ba yung lip movement also is considered non-verbal communication. Pag minusong-uso mo lang, 'di ba yung lip mo, pag minugmog mo lang, nagkakaintindihan na kayo kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin. Also, yung minsan yung eye, pag ginanon lang yung kilay, yung eye contact. This is the example, the non-verbal communications. Clear this one? Maliwanag po ba this one? The forms of the communications. So proceed the written communication. The written communication, this is, involved dito yung mga bond paper, involved dito yung Manila paper or any sort of paper. This is the written communication. Gumagamit ng hand, gumagamit ng pencil, gumagamit for example ng bond paper, Manila paper or papers. Also the digital communications. The digital communication, this is in terms uses the email. Also uses this is the messenger. Uses this is the Twitters. Uses this is the Facebook. This is the examples, the forms of communications. Audience, clear this one? Maliwanag po ba? Naintindihan niyo po ba yung mga examples and the definitions, the verbal communication towards the digital communications? Hello, naintindihan po ba? Hello? Audience.
Yes, Mentor, naintindihan po.
Sige, thank you po sir, thank you po. Buti si sir active oh. Sige, we have an activity. Our activity is multiple choice. Sige, since hindi ko siya makita di inbox, ang gagawin is, sasabihin nyo na lang kung ano yung sagot. Yung, for example, yung sagot mo is letter A. Sasabihin nyo na lang sa akin. Hindi ko kasi siya makita sa inbox. This is 1 to 3. I will read first the multiple choice questions. Number 1, what is the primary purpose of the business communications? Once again, what is the primary purpose of the business communications? A, to entertain employees. B, to exchange information for organizational purposes. Letter C, to increase social media followers. Letter D, to conduct personal conversations. Audience, what is the correct answer this one?
B.
Exactly.
Bravo.
Exactly, audience. Letter B, to exchange information for organizational purposes. Ang gagaling. Number 2, which of the following is an example of internal communications? Letter A, business letters to a client. Letter B, customer email. Letter C, staff meetings. Letter D, report to a supplier. What is the
C.
correct letter?
Staff meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Cat, staff meeting. Number 3, which form of communication involves emails, video conferences, and online messaging platforms? A, verbal communications. B, written communication. C, non-verbal communication. And letter D, digital communications.
D. Digital communication.
Yeah, exactly. Digital communications. Okay, audience, proceed na tayo. Since naintindihan nyo yung part 1 natin, I will proceed the part 2. This is the part 2. Part 2 is about the professional email. Sige, di ba pag sinabing professional email, this is through, for example, the technology. Like example, instead gugamit ng mga traditional methods, 'di ba? Yung mga yung mga tatay natin, mga lola natin before, mga grandfather, mga yung grandmother, ginagamit nila yung in terms pag meron silang concern, ginagamit nila before yung mga airmail, 'di ba? Pinapadala sa LBC, matagal. Pero unfortunately, ngayon ang ginagamit is email na the all transactions. Yung mga corporations, yung mga partnership, even yung mga sole proprietorship, gumagamit sila ng professional email. Ito yung communications nila sa kanilang mga customers, communication nila for example, sa kanilang mga employees o tinatawag natin na manpower. Now, the professional email, sabing professional email is a formal electronic message used for workplace communications. Ginagamit ito sa workplace communication inside the organization. Like example, si employee number 1, hindi nakapasok today. Definitely nag-email kay company o kay manager na hindi siya makakapasok today. Instead, for example, na pumunta ng personally or yung pinadala niya yung kanyang concern sa sulat, definitely, mas convenience, in-email niya na lang. This is the professional email. Uses the technology, the concern. Now, proceed this one. The professional emails has parts. Ito yung mga parts ng professional emails. Ngayon, for example, paano, for example, magsusulat or yung proper, for example, na format, yung pagsusulat ng concern, for example, sa company or sa mga employees. This is the part of the professional email. The part of the professional email composes the 6. The first is the subject line. It needs the subject line. Pag sinabing subject line kasi, audience, definitely dapat this is the clear or the concise. Meaning to say, transparent, binubold mo kung ano definitely yung concern mo. Also the concise, this is the brief. But the message definitely dominant. Nakikita nila pag narinig pag nabasa ng recipient, definitely alam niya na kung ano yung content, alam niya na kung ano yung purpose, bakit nag-send si employees ng ganito. Also indicates the purpose of the email. What is the purpose, for example? Why the employee send a message to the company. Ini-indicate niya this one. This is the subject line. The example, this one. For example, the request to leave approval. Example, ako, employee ako ng, for example, employee ako ng Mega World Corporations. Absent ako today. Definitely, magre-request ako ng letter, but i-adapt ko the subject line. Yung magiging subject line ko is the request to leave approval. This is in terms the subject line, specific, nakabold kung ano yung purpose or the objectives. Why the sender, for example, send a message towards the company or to the manager. Also, yung mga example nito, yung meeting schedule for June 30, like example, para hindi makalimutan, nilalagay nila, ini-spread nila yung kanilang magiging activities po June 30. Ito yung naging subject line, the meeting schedule for June 30. Everybody aware inside the organization or the company at because indicated, the subject line specifically. Also, like example, submission of the monthly report. This is also the first parts of the professional email. Next, the proper greetings. And daming nalilito dito kahit mga professional na, the proper emails. Sometimes kasi, like example, di ba yung ma'am o kaya yung sir, di ba yung ma'am kasi is the common noun, tama po ba the common noun? Ang ginagawa ng iba is small. Kasi sasabi na kasi common noun naman yan, ma'am. Dapat small o kaya yung sir, di ba? Since common noun sila, is ini-small nila. Pero the proper greetings, the proper grammar, definitely kahit common noun this one, capital pa rin yung letter M or capital pa rin yung letter S. This is pag hindi mo alam yung gender, nagiging general. For example, kung hindi mo alam yung gender, gagamit ka ng ma'am, gagamit ka ng sir. Hindi mo alam specifically kung ano talaga yung gender. Kung yung isi-send mo ng, for example, ng message mo. Also, pagdating sa last, comma, pero the other, ang ginagamit nila, di ba minsan, dot? Pansin nyo minsan dot, or minsan ang ginagawa naman iba, colon. Di ba yung colon, yung dalawang dot, ang ginagawa nila dalawang, instead for example na comma, ang ginagawa nila dalawang dot, or minsan naman semicolon. Isang dot sa taas, tapos comma sa baba. Minsan, hindi po yun yung tama. Ito po yung tamang proper greetings. Capital aim, even this is the common noun. And for example, sir, kahit yung sir is the common noun. And also comma, hindi po that or hindi po colon or the semicolon. Also, good day. Tama to, nakakama siya. Also this one, the number 3, Dear Mr. Santos and comma. The other kasi, pag nagsusulat sila, ang ginagawa nila is yung mga first name. Example, instead for example, sinasabi na Mr. Adrian. Pero, hindi yung proper greetings, hindi yung tamang proper grammar. Definitely, pag nagsulat ka ng information o ng message, for example, definitely, yung last name, yung nilalagay mo. Hindi yung first name. Yung sa Tagalog, yung apelyido yung nilalagay mo, hindi yung pangalan mo. Ito yung proper greetings. Maraming nalilito nito kahit mga professional, nalilito sila about dito, paano yung proper greetings. Iba nilalagay nila dot, iba naman semicolon. Now, opening statement, the number 3, introduce the purpose immediately. Meaning to say, direct to the point. What is your objectives? Hindi ka nagagamit ng mga flowering words. Diba yung mga idiomatic expressions? Kung ano-ano lang pinagsasabi, yung mga flowering words, mga idiomatic expression. Siyempre, ano nangyari doon? Nalito na tuloy. Yun ang si recipient. Nalito na kasi gumamit ka ng mga flowering words na hindi naman definitely dapat gamitin. Dapat definitely yung mga words lang na accurate kung ano yung purpose mo, ano yung objectives mo. This is the opening statement. For example, pag nabasa ni recipient, definitely magkakaroon ng idea si recipient. Kahit introduction pa lang, alam na kung ano yung pinipinpoint mo. Alam na kung ano yung purpose, bakit ka sumulat. This is the opening statement. Avoid yung mga tinatawag na idiomatic words or mga flowering words. Next, this one, the body of the email. The body of the email definitely clear, meaning to say, hindi sporadic yung content. Definitely, for example, pag nabasa ni recipient, alam na niya kung ano yung magiging sunod. It's very clear, napaka-transparent. Also organized. This is the organized idea. For example, what is the first idea? Paggawa ka ng email. The second idea? The third ideas. This is to organize the ideas. Iwasan yung parang napaka-messy o sporadic yung idea mo. Ayun, nagulo-gulo na si receiver o sa recipient sa ginawa mong paragraph, yung content ng concern mo, nagkagulo na. Di na maintindihan. Ano ba yung sinasabi niya? Parang ganun. Ano ba yung pinipinpoint niya dito? Dapat definitely naka-organize, step by step the ideas. To avoid messy or to avoid confuse si recipient. Also, professional tone. This one. Avoid yung mga swagger. Diba may mga swagger na alam mo yung swagger? Yung gumagamit ng mga word na hindi naman siya parang masasaktan si recipient. Parang ang naman to, napaka-arrogant naman this one. Napaka-swagger. They always use the words professionally. Dapat accurate o precise yung words na nasa content. Hindi yung parang yung words mo na pang swagger na definitely parang ma-offend. For example, ma-offend si receiver o sa recipient, yung magbabasa ma-offend. Now, this is the correct professional tone. Meaning to say, bestness or accurate lang yung mga words na gagamitin mo about business transactions. Mga accurate, iwasan yung mga words, mga swagger words, yung makaka-offend na words kay recipient o kay receiver. Direct to the point. Ito yung it's better, the direct to the point. Yung huwag ka na magpaligoy-ligoy. Di ba yung iba kasi kung ano lang pinagsasasabi, ang hahaba. It's very long the paragraph. But yung isa lang naman pala sasabihin niya, ito lang naman pala, pinabasa mo ng pagkahaba-haba, tapos nasa dulo pala, maikli lang pala sasabihin mo, wala nangyari doon. Diba, naubos yung oras ni recipient, kababasa, tapos yung idea mo pala, nasa dulo, ito lang pala yung sasabihin mo, bakit di mo na lang sinabi directly? Definitely, the body of the email, direct to the point. Audience, clear po ba this one? Meron po ba tayong naintindihan this one? Hello?
Yes, mentor. Okay po.
Sige, thank you, sir. Thank you po. Now, proceed to number 5. The closing statement natin, this one, di ba is nagta-thank you tayo, for example, sa message natin, or like lalagyan natin, looking forward to your response. This is yung parang is yung magiging pag binasa ni recipient to, it's a good way. It's very napaka-gentle naman yung ganito. Ito yung closing statement. Gagamit tayo this one. Yung mga words na soft lang pero nakaka-touch kay recipient. The signature line include, for example, the full name o iwasan mo the abbreviation ha. Pag gumagawa tayo ng letters online o the email, avoid the abbreviations. Definitely, write the full name. Huwag mo na mag-write ng abbreviation, pahulain mo pa si recipient. Ayun, sasabihin, sino ba itong nag-send? ng message. Bakit naka-abbreviation lang? Ano yan? Hindi naman siya fortune teller. Tsaka magagalit yon kasi yung oras niya, inuubo sa kaiisip kung sino to. Definitely, sa professional, write the full name. The first name, the middle initial, and also the last name. Also the position. What is specifically the position, for example, the organizations? Also the department. Anong specific department? Kasi madaming department organization. Meron tayong marketing department, meron tayong human resource department, meron tayong finance department, financial department, accounting department, IT department, madami sort of the department inside the organization. Definitely, you write specifically what is the department. Lagay mo anong department yon. The contact information, also this is the significant. Right? The contact informations. Ilalagay mo kung sino yung contact. Definitely, yun ang ginagawa ko kasi prior ko i-send, dinodouble check ko muna para 100% sure talaga na wala akong na-miss na yung concern ko. This is the signature line. It's very significant, this one. Especially, for example, gagawa tayo ng email as a professional, di ba? Nasa ano tayo, for example, nasa work tayo or nasa business field tayo. Definitely, kailangan natin i-apply this one. Itong 1 to 6. As these are really significant. Next, do's and don'ts. The do's and don'ts, for example, the do's, use professional language. Ito nga, sabi ko kanina, is dapat gumamit tayo ng mga language, ng mga gentle language lang. The language lang, for example, na pang business language lang. For example, ano yung concern mo? Definitely, yung language mo accurate kung ano yung concern mo. Iwasan yung mga words na makaka-offend. Iwasan yung mga word na mas makakasakit, for example, sa recipient o hindi yan tatanggapin. Baka may itapon pa yung ano mo. This is the use professional language. Dapat dominant yung professional language. Kasi also, check grammar and spelling. This is also the grammar and the spelling. The grammar, for example, you know first, like example, the prepositions. Like, di ba, alam mo naman yung mga Pilipino, mga conservative. Di ba, Pilipino na conservative. Like example, yung grammar mo, bakit mali yung spelling niya? Sabihin, bakit instead at, naging on, instead on, naging in, instead for, naging of. This is, you need to check the grammar as well. And also the spelling. Because the Filipino, conservative minsan. And also, siyempre, professional na tayo. Nakikipag-usap tayo sa mga employees natin, nakikipag-usap tayo sa boss natin, nakikipag-usap tayo sa mga clients natin. Definitely, dapat, dinodouble check natin yung grammar and also the spelling. Kasi pag mali spelling mo, magdadoubt yun. Sasabihin, bakit din nyo alam spelling? Check the grammar and the spelling. Spelling and grammar are dominant, especially for example, here in the Philippines. Alam mo naman yung Pinoy, 'di ba? Maano 'yon, very conservative 'yon. Reply promptly, immediately. For example, pag naka-receive ka, like example, vice versa to ha, pag naka-receive ka ng email or ng message galing sa sender, definitely, you need to reply promptly. Also, pag naka-receive, this is the vice versa, company versus the manpower, or for example, the manager versus the manpower, and the manpower versus the manager, immediately reply, to address the concern. What is the concern? Huwag mo nang patagalin, mamaya, nag-send ngayon, tapos na-replyan mo, susunod pa na buwan. Ano nangyari doon? Diba? So, mag-iisipin mo, ano ba yun si sir? Bakit ganon? Parang ganon, dapat definitely urgent to reply. Pag nabasa mo, na-receive mo, definitely, you need to reply as a professional para ma-address, ay paging also, aside to address, para malaman din niya regarding kung ano naging respond mo. Very respectful. Ito, dapat dominant to. You kind, respect, for example, as well. This is, the always dominant for me, the respectful, despite the status inside the organization. Ako kasi kahit janitor, kahit yung mga security guard, definitely dominant pa rin ako kasi nire-respect ko sila 100%. Wala sa status yung Pag yung respect mo nasa tao 'yan. Kahit anong status pa sila sa organization, consider sila na human being. Aside from that, they are considered as well the assets the organizations. 'Di ba kasi kung walang mga 'yon, what happened the company? Now, they always respect. Ako lagi ko silang na-respect dominant 100%. Use proper formatting. Ito naman yung mga formatting. Like example, gagawa ka ng letter, this one. Ang gagawin mo sa formatting, titingnan mo yung font. Kung sinabi ganito yung font, definitely susundin mo, wag kang gumawa ng sarili mong font. Example, sinabing Arial, yung font. To spacing, for example, tapos justify. Definitely, kung anong sinabi, definitely, yun ang susundin mo. Hindi wag kang gumawa ng sarili mong font. Ano sinabi ito yung headings, for example, pinagamit ng company, ito yung headings, definitely gagamitin mo siya and follow or use the proper formatting. Next, don't, this one, ito yung mga avoid mo. Avoid slang words. For example, gagawa ako ng letter, isisend ko sa manager. Ang gagawin ko is professional way. Hindi ako gagamit ng mga slang words. Pag sinabi kasing mga slang words, ito yung like example, yung dude. Are you familiar the dude? Or sa Amerika kasi dude is yung guys, di ba yung ganon, yung guys, dapat is formal. Avoid the slang words. Kung anong dapat yung formal, accurate words, dapat yung ang gagamitin natin. Iwasin natin yung mga slang words, yung guys, sabing guy o dude. This is, it's avoid the slang words. Also, avoid typing in all capital letters. Just follow the proper grammar. Example, kung proper noun is capital letter, yung first, pag common noun, always small letter. Follow for example, the proper grammar. Example, kung saan yung that, kung saan yung comma, kung saan, for example, yung colon. This is avoid, typing all capital letters. Just follow the proper grammar. Also, do not send incomplete message. Ito yung di ba yung kaputol, putol sila, nakakat. Example, nag-send ka ng message, pero hindi naman na-receive, pero hindi naman naintindihan kung ano yung gusto mong, yung concern mo. Why? Because incomplete yung message. Hindi malinaw. It's very vague. The message, the content of the message, it's a vague. Napakalabo. Hindi maintindihan. Avoid such that. Or avoid, for example, the incomplete message. Avoid emotional response. Ito ang ayaw ko sa lahat. Examples, nag-chat ka or nag-email ka kay manager. Example sa company, hinahanap ka ni manager. Bakit 3 days na hindi pumapasok si ganito? Tapos tinawagan ka ni manager. So sabi ni manager, mag-email ka na lang sa akin. O nag-email ka, sinabi ko, sir, di pa ako nakapasok ng 3 araw kasi nag-break kami ng jowa ko. 3 araw lang hindi ako kumakain. Di ba ito yung mga emotional responses? Audience, business as usual. Gamitin natin kung ano yung accurate or appropriate na message o na i-response natin sa company. Iwasan natin yung mga emotional responses. Hindi siya parang napaka-unprofessional pag ganon. Di ba gagamitin mo na yung ganito, yung nag-break kami ng jowa ko, di pa ako kumakain ng 3 araw, kaya hindi rin ako nakakapasok. Yung mga ganong parang personal is hindi siya related sa company. Although, is kailangan mo talaga magpahinga na kasi alam mo naman. Pero, hindi dapat magre-respond ka ng ganon. Ikaw lang dapat yung nakakaalam. Huwag ka mag-respond ng ganon sa company o sa manager mo kasi hindi yan appropriate. Inappropriate yan. Tandaan nyo natin lagi, business as usual. Do not forget attachment. Ito sa attachment, wag nating kakalimutan yung attachment. This is the vital as well, the attachment. Okay, audience, clear this one? The part 2. Clear po ba? The part 2. Hello? Nawala na ata. Audience, hello?
Hello, Mentor. We are still here.
Okay. Akala ko nawala na ako sa ano, kasi lakas ng ulan dito. Sige, we have an activity, this one. This activity, this is ano to, is naka-mix activity to. Meron tayong multiple choice activity, meron naman tayo find the errors activity. Hanapin natin kung saan yung error dito. Since pinag-usapan natin regarding sa grammars. Now, this one, the number one, what is the number one, this one? Which part of the professional email tells the reader the purpose of the message? A. Signature line. B. Greetings. C. Subject line. D. Closing statement. What
C,
is
subject line.
Yeah, exactly, Jens. Very good, sir. The subject line. Okay, the number two. Neither or neither the managers nor the secretary are attending the seminar today. Okay, what is the incorrect this one? What is the incorrect this one? O,
Yung
hanapin
is po instead of are.
exactly. Because the subject is singular. Tama. Kasi this is the subject, the secretary. Kung saan kasi yung malapit, dapat doon. Definitely dapat, this is the crucial as well. Napakahalaga na marunong ka talaga regarding sa grammar, the preposition, and also the subject-verb agreement. O, number 3, choose the correct spelling. The correct this one.
Letter B,
Letter
Philippines.
Exactly. Letter
Philippines.
B. La letter B, the Philippines. P-H-I-L-I, double P-I-N-E-S. Exactly. 4. Carlos work as an accountant at ABC Company. Sige, hanapin natin dito or find the error. Carlos work as an accountant at ABC Corporations. Sige,
Yung
as
verb po na work, maging works, at saka yung ABC, big letters, at saka C sa corporation.
Very good. Exactly. Instead na work, dapat with S because Carlos is singular and also the ABC Corporation is the proper noun. Very good, sir. Oh, perfect si sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You responded. Thank you so much. Proceed
Sige
na
po.
tayo part 3. This is the part 3. The part is a formal document. This is regarding, for example, the report. You know the report as well. For example, if you want to manager the specific company, definitely you always receive the report from your subordinates. Now, the report, this is class, the definition, sorry, not class, the audience, sorry, wala pala ako sa school, nalilito ako. Report, the definition is a formal document that presents informations clearly and systematically. Ito yung formal documents. But the OS, the information is, is very clear and systematic, naka-organize. Para pag nakita ni manager, nabasa, definitely, alam na ni manager yung content at saka alam na ni manager yung flow. Okay. Now, the common types of reports. These are the examples of the common types of report. For example, the incident reports. Ito nangyayari to ha, totoo to. Hindi ito is parang ano lang, yung parang is opinion based, research based to. Incident report nangyayari yan sa organization. For example, mayroong quarrel the two employees. For example, si one employee at si two employee hindi sila nagkakaayos, meron silang problem. Definitely, like example, si employee 1, gumawa siya ng report, pinasa niya kay manager, pinasa ni manager sa HR, doon pinag-ayos sila. This is called the incident report. Nag-away sila, 'di ba? Nagkagulo sila sa sa workplace. Nangyayari 'to minsan sa isang corporations. Ito yung incident reports. Isa sa common types of report, yung mga incident report. Or sometimes naman, like example, yung mayroon kayong nawalang gamit ng mga supplies, the organizations, di ba? Bakit nawala yung laptop? Or bakit nawala, for example, yung natin, computers? Di ba gumagawa ng report? It's called the incident report. Also, accomplishment reports, like example, sino-sino na yung mga nakapag-submit? Di ba sa company, organizations, every individual, it needs to submit the report. Like example, ako manager, sasabihin ko, Friday, exact 1 p.m., definitely everybody to submit the report. Lahat sila nakapag-submit na accomplished report. Binibilang kung sa 1,000 sa 100 population o 100 employees, ilan na yung nakapag-submit? Lahat na ba sila nakapag-submit? It's called the accomplishment reports. O the financial report naman, ito naman regarding sa kaperahan. Example, yung assets, ilan yung assets ng organizations? Yung fund, yung total fund ng organization, yung mga receivables nila, ilan yung total ng receivables, ano-ano yung mga receivables. It is the financial report. Like example, tumaas ba? Like example, every December kasi nagkakaroon ng inventory. Tumaas ba yung sales natin, for example, this year? Magkano kaya possible yung magiging net natin? This is in terms of the financial report. The progress report, this is sometimes the performance of the individuals. The example, one of the employee, he or she is always absent, at because, for example, of the personal problem. Now, like example, pinatawag siya ni HR. Sinabi, bakit lagi kang absent? Tinignan yung report niya, yung progress report. Tinignan yung report na nung una, nung January, tinignan siya, bagsak. Pero, the following month, February, pinatawag ulit siya, tiningnan ulit, for example, yung performance niya. Fortunately, tumaas, naging maayos yung performance niya at because everyday na siya pumapasok, naging punctual na. And then, for example, yung task, yung accountability niya inside the organization, definitely, ginagawa niya na on time. Kaya pagdating ng February, tiningnan, biglang nag-increase yung performance na, naging masipag bigla. Ito yon the progress report. From, for example, the bad performance, nag-transform, naging good performance. Audience, please clear this one, the common types of report. Sige, proceed this one. The characteristic of good reports. The characteristic of good report, accurate. Accurate, this is the specific. Meaning to say, the precise, yung information ng report. Kung ano lang information, lahat yon accurate o precise the information report. Wala yung hindi kasigurado kung tama ba to. Definitely accurate. Lahat ng content ng report, definitely 100% tama, correct. Also clear. It's very transparent. Pag nakita pala, inopen pa lang ni manager, alam niya na ito pala. Makikita niya, ay, very good. Alam niya na agad, nakita niya lang, isang kitaan niya lang, isang beses niya nakita, definitely, naintindihan niya na kung ano yung content ng report, kung ano, for example, yung objectives ng report. Concise, this is the brief, but, it's very strong yung ginamit nilang yung mga informations or yung content na nasa report. Organized. Pag sinabing organized, this is the step number 1, ito yung idea na naka-organize. Step number 1, ito yung idea natin. Example, February, ito yung idea natin. March, ito. This is the organized, step by step, naka-chronological orders. Diba mas maganda pag chronological orders, hindi ka malilito. Ito yon the characteristic of good report. Objectives, regarding, for example, the objective as well, for example, of the reports. This is also, audience, the good characteristic of report. Number 1, the accurate. Number 2, the clear, the concise, organized, and the objectives. Now, this is the basic parts of a report. The first, the title. The example, you need, for example, what is the title of the report? For example, about for or about what? This is in terms, the basic parts of a report, the title needs. Also, the introductions. Lalagay mo doon kung ano, for example, the concern, example, ano yung objectives para ma-address, definitely. The body as well. Also, the findings and the conclusions and the recommendation. This is, audience, the basic parts of a report. Audience, clear this one. Ano to it's very significant kasi is ginagamit definitely ito the business transaction sa organization. Lahat ng organizations, private or the public organizations. Yung iba't ibang sektor. Dito na tayo. Business letters na tayo. What is the business letter? Pag sinabing business letter is a formal written communication used professional purposes. Ayun, it's very significant, the letter, the business letter, the communication. Like example, merong a transaction, business transactions, nangyari sa organizations, definitely nagkaroon sila ng changing regarding, for example, the ideas using, for example, using also the example the business letter, the formal written of the communications. Ito yung mga types of the business letters, the inquiry letter, the request letter. Ito marami to very broad this one, the request letter. Pwede ito possible ito, pwede ito sa promotions, di ba? Request letter, pwede ito for example increase the salary, pwede the request letter the commissions, pwede the request letter for example magta-transfer ka the other department. Ito yung mga request letter. Madaming purpose the request letter. Also yung mga complaint letter naman. Example, si employee number 1 laging absent. Tapos si employee number 2 laging present. Pero bakit sa performance, sa evaluations, mataas si employee na laging absent? Yan ang tawag doon, complaint letter. Di ba nagdadoubt ka, bakit mataas ka sa evaluation? Lagi ka namang absent. Late ka lagi, ako laging pumapasok. Tapos on time ako nagsasubmit ng mga accountability ko sa company. Ito yung complaint letter. Pero marami yung complaint letter maraming purpose yun. Pwede rin yung complaint letter. Like example, yung tawag dito, yung customer nyo hindi satisfied sa product nyo o sa services nyo, nagkaroon siya ng complaint, pinadala niya sa company. Ito yung complaint, very broad yung complaint. Maraming meanings the complaint letter. Application letter also the recommendation letter. The recommendation letter, ito yung like for example, employee ka pero is na-insight ni manager mayroon tong potential, sasabi ni manager may potential to na ma-promote kasi it's always punctual to arrive at the workplace. They always, for example, performing well at the workplace. They always, for example, submit the reports. It's very diligent. Now, recommendation, si manager, ni-recommend ka na tumaas yung position mo. Ito the recommendation letter. Now, the standard format of the business letters. Ito the standard format, this one. The sender address, meaning to say, yung address definitely ni senders. Dapat is accurate the address. Also write the full address. Iwasan mo yung mga address na parang fragment, yung mga putol, yung mga sinind mo urgently, hindi mo muna din-double check. Definitely dapat sa sender address, definitely dapat accurate or precise yung address mo. Also the date, kailan, specifically, kailan ba yan? Yung month, yung year, yung day. Ito yung, just specific para hindi malito si recipient o si receiver pag na-receive niya yung business letters. Also, the receiver address naman, ito, si receiver, address to ni receiver, dapat buo. Meaning to say, ilalagay mo lahat yung whole address ni receiver. The salutation as well. Also, the body and the conclusion. And the last, this is the significant, the signature. You need, for example, to sign the signature, prior to send, for example, the business letter. Double check first if the signature is okay. Okay, proceed this one. Audience for the activity, for the quiz 3, this is the 3, activity muna tayo, audience. Pag sinabi kong ako'y tulog, sasagot kayo, ako'y gising, nakikinig. Pag sinabi ko naman ako'y gising, nakikinig, sasagot kayo ako'y tulog. Audience, clear this one. Hello? Wala na. Hello?
Okay
Hello
po,
po.
mentor. Copy po.
Yes
Clear.
po.
Okay. Ulitin ko
Clear
ha.
po.
Ulitin ko. Sige, once again. Pag sinabi kong ako'y tulog, ang sasagot nyo, ako'y gising, nakikinig.
Ako'y gising.
Pero pag sinabi kong ako'y gising, nakikinig, sasagot nyo, ako'y tulog.
Ako'y tulog.
Sige.
Ako'y
Sige. Ako'y tulog.
Ako'y gising, nakikinig.
Ako'y gising, nakikinig.
Ako'y tulog.
Ako'y tulog.
Ako'y gising, nakikinig.
Ako'y gising, nakikinig.
Ako'y tulog.
Ayan, very good. Ayun, di ba, nagising na? Nagising na ba lahat?
Opo.
Ayun,
Yes
very
po.
good.
Hindi naman natulog.
Very active si Sir, very active. Very active to si Sir. Sige, Sir, mayroon tayong activity. This is for the for the three discussion number 3, this one. Sige, what is a report? An informal conversation between employees. B, a formal document that presents information clearly and systematically. Later, C, a personal diary entry, and later D, a social media post. Once again,
B. Bravo.
B.
yeah, exactly. Next, which of the following is a common type of a report? A, greeting report. B, invitation report. C, progress report. Later, the advertisement report.
C. Progress
Later,
report.
good. Later, C, cat. Next, which characteristic should a good report possess? A, emotional. B, disorganized. Later, C, objective. Later, D, lengthy. Later,
Objective.
yeah, later, C,
Objective.
class, cat, objectives. Very good. Ang gagaling nyo, Ba si Sir, ang galing si Sir, active si Sir, oh. Sir, saan ka nag-work? Very active ka?
University of Antique po, sir.
Sa province. Oo.
Yes po.
Sige, Sir, later na tayo mag-uusap, nasa seminar tayo. Pero Sir, very active ka.
Thank you po, mentor.
Sige, part 4 na tayo. Workplace interaction. Ito na. It's very, minsan kasi, may mga nonchalant lang. Di ba, Sir, sa work nangyayari ito, may mga nonchalant. Kahit may seminar na pinapatawag si manager, hindi pumupunta. Now, this is the workplace interaction. This is the crucials. Now, the definition, this one, the workplace interaction refers to communication and behavior among employees, the supervisors, and the clients. Meaning to say, the workplace interaction, definitely, yung mga employees nakikipag-coordinate kung mayroong activity sa isang organization. Example, ako, manager, nag-conduct ako ng meetings. Definitely, my all subordinates, attend the meetings. This is the workplace interactions. Nakikipag-cooperate sila, nagkakaroon ng incorporate yung fostering ng inside the organization. This is workplace interactions. Yung communication nila, pag may concern, definitely sinasagot. Pag may concern naman ganito, definitely sinasagot. This is the workplace interactions. Characteristic of a professional workplace communications. This is regarding, for example, at the workplace, the communications. Nangyayari this one. Example, to be respectful. Also, for example, ako kahit manager, tapos yung subordinate, nandiyan pa yung respect ko, dominant pa din. Kasi hindi kahit manager naman ako, hindi naman lahat alam ko. Baka for example, itong si subordinates, definitely talaga is napakahaba na yung experience. Kaya, or may edad na, example, pag may edad ka na, di ba, is very, yung experience mo napaka-length na. Now, ako kahit manager, for example, pag nag-risk Si one employee ko, definitely, ginagrant ko, pinapa-state ko sa kanya regarding yung ideas. Hindi ko, for example, binablock. Kasi sabi ko, ay no, dito ka, stop ka, kasi ano ka lang, mababala yung position mo. No, just respect the all employees despite the status. Kahit anong status yon, definitely to respect. Kasi dyan na may measure kung gaano ka kagaling na manager. Hindi ibig sabihin na, for example, employee lang to, limited lang yung alam. Baka mamaya mas magaling pa sa'yo yan. Maraming alam yan, maraming experience yan. Talagang ano ka lang, denial ka lang. Hindi ka lang tumatanggap ng ideas galing sa subordinates. This is the characteristic professional workplace communications. Respectful. Nagiging dominant, nagiging good yung isang organization if the all manpower with the managers are having a good relationship. Di ba is very smooth yung transaction nila? Meron silang yung relationship nila maayos, hindi yung parang nagkakaroon kayo ng tawag dito sa Tagalog, yung naghihilaan kayo, nagpapagalingan. No, hindi siya magiging healthy sa organization. Definitely dapat is na ma-manage definitely ni manager. Kasi pag ganun yung idea, yung nagpapagalingan is nagko-cost yan ng negativity sa organizations. Unless kung maganda yung objectives nila, nagpapagalingan sila. Like example, darating ka ng early, punctual, kasi gusto mo is yung accountability mo is matapos agad, makapag-perform ka ng maayos. Pero kung ibang usapan ng pagalingan is hindi siya healthy sa organizations. Ito, audience, the respectful, they always should be dominant, the respectful. Also, the clear, this is dapat alam mo kung ano yung objectives. Example, ano yung objectives mo as a manager in the organization, and also what is the objective as well, the company. In-appoint ka, for example, ni company as a manager kasi yung company nagtiwala sa'yo, but definitely, gawin mo yung accountability mo, yung task mo. Pakita mo, for example, sa manpower na is, ginagawa mo yung accountability, maging role model ka nila. Hindi yung parang yung dating mo is napaka-swagger mo kasi manager ka, mataas yung position mo. No, dapat is very humble ka lang sa mga subordinates mo. Dapat is pakita mo na maayos ka, napaka-good role model ka sa kanila. Para yun yung respect kasi nagiging dominant pag ganon. Pag halimbawa is is very humble ka, pero iba naman, dapat may boundaries din. Pero ang sinasabi ko, yung pinpoint ko is yung about sa relationship nyo. Para maging maayos yung relationship nyo, definitely, dapat si manager maging role models. Iwasan yung tinatawag na nepotism. Di ba nangyayari yon sa mga public, sa private? Yung pag sinabing nepotism, yung favoritism. May favorite si manager, kakilala nyo to, per ganon. Tapos hindi naman nagpe-perform ng maayos. Tapos, yun, di ba iwasan yung mga ganon? Dapat equal lang sa manager. Dapat nandiyan pa rin yung pagiging professional mo. Dapat hindi ka maging bias. O honest. For example, sasabihin ni manager, this week and next month, mayroon tayong activity na gagawin. Internal activity at saka external activity for the next week. This is pagiging honest. Ano yung mga activity na gagawin para aware na sila early pa lang. Hindi sila masyak. Akala ka ba walang activity? Akala ka ba, di ba parang ganun, dapat is maging honest ka, maging transparent ka na sa kanila. Pag once na nagkanta ka ng agenda or ng meetings, definitely, yung platform mo, ilatag mo na sa kanila para maging aware sila lahat. Parang hindi na sila, di ba, ma-shock, hindi na sila mabigla. O polite, ito yung polite, yung pagiging, pagiging magalang mo. Pag nagsalita ka, it's napaka mahinahon magsalita, pero tama yung mga sinasabi mo, accurate. Para naman yun para sa company, naman yung mga sinasabi mo. Para sa lahat, or an entire organization. Hindi lang yung manager magbe-benefits hindi lang yung company magbe-benefits. Meaning to say, the all manpower o the entire organization, magbe-benefit sila. Lahat, pati mga employees, lahat sila magbe-benefits. Active listening or makinig ka. Huwag naman puro cellphone, nagsasalita si manager, nagle-lecture si manager sa mga activities, tapos cellphone ng cellphone ka lang, di ka nakikinig, di ka nagfo-focus, definitely mababastusan si manager sa'yo kasi hindi ka naman parang pinabypass mo lang yung mga sinasabi niya, parang lumalabas tuloy na against ka sa mga plan niya. Kaya no active listening, makinig ka lang as a respect kay manager. Kung hindi ka talaga kung against ka or for example bang may concern ka, pwede ka mag-raise ng hands kay managers na i-state mo kung ano yung failing mo. Kung ito yung pagiging active listening. O positive attitude, be optimistic. Ayun, lahat yon gusto ko, be optimistic. Always positive mag-isip. Whatever happen, be always positive. Kaya ito. Parang ganito, kakayanin natin to. It because unity tayo. Tulong-tulong tayo lahat. Lahat ng power natin, i-merge natin para para makasurvive, para maging productive tayo lahat. And also mag-benefits the entire organizations. Ito yung the positive attitudes. The communication skills needed in the workplace. 3. Number 1, the active listening. Dapat makinig talaga. Number 2, the proper speaking skills. Also, the 3, the non-verbal communications. The active listening, definitely, focus while the manager is talking. Habang nagsasalita manager, definitely, focus ka para maintindihan mo, ma-absorb mo kung ano yung talaga yung pinag-uusapan ninyo. Para hindi ka na may tanong ng tanong, oy, ano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin, ma'am, kanina? Parang the active listening, just focus the speaker. Avoid interruptions. Iwasan mo. Like example, nagsasalita si manager tapos yung cellphone mo biglang nag-ring, ang lakas pa ng ringtones. Diba? Avoid the interruptions. As a professional, bago ka pumasok, i-mute mo muna the cellphone para hindi ma-interrupt si managers. Para yung flow, smooth yung flow o yung transaction nyo. Clarify information. Ito, like example, meron kang concern. I-raise your hand mo lang kay manager about yung concern mo. Ma'am, hindi ko po maintindihan. Para saan po ito? Clarify. Para ma-address yung concern mo. Hindi yung parang, hindi mo naman, for example, may concern ka tapos hindi mo pala sinabi. Tapos natapos yung meetings or yung agenda, saka mo na lang tinanong sa college mo. O yung college mo, hindi rin nakinig. O parehas kayo, hindi na kayo nagkaintindihan. Useless lang, futile lang, yung ginawang kinandak na seminar. Definitely pag sabing clarify information, pag vague yung idea mo, definitely raise your hand para ma-address yung concern mo. Proper speaking skills. Speak clearly, definitely direct to the point. Huwag ka nang gumamit ng mga flowering word, mga idiomatic expressions. Hindi yan ginagamit sa mga seminars. Yung mga idiomatic expression, ginagamit lang ata yun, yung pangliligaw. Di ba yung mga ganon? Yung mga idiomatic, mga exaggerated, na lavish na mga words. Pero pag proper speaking, definitely dapat direct to the point, pero accurate or precise. Ano yung objectives mo? Ano yung purpose mo? Bakit ito? Use polite expression. Gagamit ka ng mga polite expressions. Yung i-connect mo sa topic ninyo, pero in a polite way. Gagamit ka ng examples. Para, for example, pag gumagamit ka kasi ng polite expressions, na i-connect yung pinag-uusapan nyo, nare-relate nila urgently. Kasi gumamit ka ng mga expressions, mga polite expression. Maintain professionalism. They always maintain as a professional, iwasan mo yung pagiging swagger. Kila sabihin, ay manager ako. Di ba yun, as a professional, maintain yung professional. Kasi kahit naman manager ka, kung hindi ka maayos na role model, ang pangit ng tingin sa'yo ng employees. Minsan pag-uusapan ka pang mga yon, pag wala ka, di ba nangyayari ito sa company? Alam mo si ganito, ganun yun. Dapat is you always, maintain professionalism para yung relationship nyo, they always, it's very na napaka-strong the relationship. At because the leader is a good leader, the leader is a good leader in the organization. It's very maganda kaya pag manager mo is very it's very transparent. It's very polite to managers. Yung nasa sales pa ako sa Mega World. It's very nice yung sales director namin. Lahat, kahit yung mga janitors, yung mga janitors, security guard, tinatapik pag good morning. Ayun, isa yung yung confident level nila na boboost. Yung na-uplift yung confident level ng mga janitors. Tinatapik, good morning. Non-verbal communications. At tapos na tayo dito kanina, di ba? Yung eye contact, yung proper posture, facial expression, di ba? Pag nagngusok-ngusok ka lang, yung o kaya yung minub mo lang yung nguso mo, naintindihan na kung ano yung gusto mong sabihin. For example, pag inano mo lang yung kilay mo, tinaas-taas mo lang, minub mo lang yung kilay mo, alam na. Ito yung icon, di ba ito yung mga yung mga non-verbal communications. Also the professional appearance, alam na. Like example, kung ano yung suot mo, definitely dito is nalalaman in terms na non-verbal communication. Workplace communications, this is the etiquette ha. Pag sinabi kasing etiquette, yung parang napakabuti, napaka-formal na formal, hindi sila gumagawa ng parang is, yung dirty move. This is the workplace communications etiquette. Parang magalang o arrive on time during the meetings. For example, if ako yung manager, nag-conduct ako ng meeting, definitely, yung mga employees ko, nag-arrive on time sila, punctual sila dumarating. Like example, start namin 1 p.m. Dumating sila ng 12:50. Nandoon na sila lahat. This is on time or punctuality. Iwasan yung pagiging Filipino time ha. Yung example, 1 p.m. tapos dumating 1:30. O Filipino time, negative yon. Respond professionally. They always polite. Kung ano yung, for example, kung may concern ka, huwag kang maging swagger. Ang ginawa mo, mayabang-yabang, iba yung parang yung mga words na lumalabas sa'yo, parang mapifeel ng mga college mo, tsaka ng manager na parang swagger yung dating niya. Definitely dapat respond professionally. Nandiyan pa rin yung magiging, yung gentle, yung language na inaano mo, na sinasabi mo. Respect confidentiality. Also avoid gossiping. Ito, dami ito nangyayari sa organizations kahit saan. Yung private, kasi galing din ako ng private, naka 8 years ako sa private, sa real estate. Bago ako, nag-tour ako ng college. Sa college, naka 7 years din ako. Palipat-lipat ng school. Ayun yung nangyayari mga gossiping. Yun yung, di ba, yung pinag-uusapan, yung isang tao. Avoid, the gossiping the organization para ma-maintain yung healthiness ng organization. Kasi very negative yun eh. Yung bad energy yun, yung vibes, negative. Pag may mga chismis na, di ba sa organization, parang ayaw ko ng may mga negative na pinag-uusapan. Yung avoid the gossiping. Kung may concern ka, for example, if you have a concern the manager, or for example, if you have a concern the company, direct, for example, to reach your concern to the company. The specific, for example, people in the organization. Huwag ka lang, for example, pag may concern ka, tapos sinabi mo sa kasamahan mo, tapos sinabi mo naman sa isa, ayun, nagpakalat ka na ng negative vibes sa organizations. Avoid gossip. Iwasan yung gossiping o yung chismisan sa organization para ma-maintain yung healthy organizations. Maintain courtesy, this one, even during the conflict. For example, nag-speech ka, may agenda ka ng ginawa, manager. Tapos mayroong isang employee na, nag-raise ng hand, pero negative yung mga sinasabi niya. Example, parang against or oppose, for example, sa dinidiscuss. Now, ang ginawa mo, nandiyan pa rin yung pagiging professional mo, pinapakita mo pa rin sa majority na professional ka, sinasagot mo ng maayos yung employee mo na parang, yung parang, yung Tagalog's balbal ng mga sinasabi. Now, siyempre, as a manager, as a professional, definitely, sasagutin mo siya, pero in a good way, papaliwanag mo sa kanya. This is to maintain courtesy even during conflict. Di ba may mga conflict talaga yan, lalo na, for example, yung mga ideas, iba-iba yung opinion, iba-iba yung perceptions, nagkakaroon ng conflict. Definitely as a professional, as a leader, as a manager, definitely you always apply, you always use, a professional actions. Next, number 4, audience, sige, we have 4 questions. What time is it? 4 questions. What does workplace interaction refer to? What is the answer to number 1?
For A.
Later, yeah, exactly. Communication and behavior among employees, supervisor, and clients. Very good, sir. Number 2.
Letter C.
Literacy, focusing on the speaker and clarifying information. Very good. Number 3.
Letter C.
Exactly, sir. Respect confidentiality. Ito respect confidentiality. Pag ano yun example, may mga pinag-uusapan kayo sa office, uy, wag mo naman sabihin sa iba Ito confidentiality to ng company, confidentiality to ng team ninyo, ng organization. Wag mong sarain. Dapat kung ano na pag-usapan nyo, wag mong sabihin sa iba kasi confidentiality ngayong mga informations. Number 4, sir. True or
Wala pong
false?
choices.
True or
Wala
false,
pong...
sir, this one? True or false, sir?
Yes, true.
Very good, sir. True this one, through this one, audience. Maintaining courtesy during conflicts are part of workplace communications etiquette. Through this one. The conclusions, this one, the conclusion, effective business communications and professional correspondence are essential skills in every workplace. Ayan, yung business communications through proper emails, reports, letters, and workplace interaction. Ito yung workplace interaction, gustong-gusto ko to. Lahat sila nakikipag-interact, yung lahat ng employees. Pag may mga activities, sumasali sila. Pag may events, sumasali sila. Pag may mga meetings, sumasali sila. Tapos also, nagko-comply sila ng mga requirements early. So employees can build professionalism, improve organizational relationship. Ito, na-improve it because the good relationship. Yung organizational relationship, nagiging dominant, nagiging durable, at because the good relationship, the all employees also contribute to a productive working environment. Now, the references, the book, this is kay Gofi Audience 2022, Essential of Business Communication. This is the 12 editions. Also, the 2021 kay Vobi, the Business Communications Today, 15th editions, the Person Educations. Kay Lakar naman, also 2022 at 2020, Business and Administrative Communications. Ito is 11th editions. Kay Newman, 2029, the Business Communication in Person. This is 10th edition. This is by books. Also online references, the Purdue Online Writing Lab, and also the Indeed Career Guide, and the Mind Tools, and the Harvard Business Review. These are the references, our discussions tonight. Audience, sige. You have a questions or none?
None so far.
Wala po, mentor. Clear naman po.
Okay, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Pero kung may concern kayo, okay lang. Pero malinaw po ba? Naintindihan po ba?
Yes po, mentor. Naintindihan po.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Si sir, very active si sir. Ano ka, sir? Sa treasury nagtuturo? Very active ka?
Yes po, mentor, sa College of Management and Governance. I am also under the BS in Office Administration. That is why I can relate with your topics.
Kaya pala. Oo. BE din handle
Yes
mo,
po.
mga BE, sir.
Yes po.
I see. Kaya pala nakakaintindihan tayo.
Yes po. I
May
encourage
business
kasi
card
my
ka ba?
students, mentor, to attend online. They
Oo,
are
business.
in FB watching the live stream.
I see, sir. Business ka rin ba, sir? Yung
Yes
tertiary
po.
mo,
Yes
kaya
po,
pala,
sa management and governance.
kaya pala nagkakaintindihan tayo, sir. Baka yung iba hindi ata, yung iba po tulog na po or ayaw lang talaga maano, baka busy lang yung iba no. Sige, wala nang questions
Walang
ano. Hello? Wala nang questions ano.
Okay, so ayan, so you can still ask questions, no? Open pa naman yung ating Zoom chat box here para kung meron kayong mga gustong itanong sa ating mentor. Pwede niya pang masagot while we are still live tonight sa ating session. So bale, while waiting for questions sa mga participants natin, so I will proceed with the final instructions no before we will end our session tonight. So bali, we are now on the point na kung saan we are now going to gather the attendance ng ating mga participants tonight. So bali, meron tayong QR code here na nakikita ninyo sa screen. So you can make use of your phone or a QR code scanner, tapos it will redirect you to the attendance sheet natin for tonight. And if in case lang na the QR code will not function well or baka may problem, inilagay din namin dito sa chat box yung link, no, na pwede ninyong magamit. Baka some of you are using a computer, tapos mas comfortable sila na mag-click ng link as compared na mag-scan ng QR code. Pwedeng-pwede naman yung link dito sa chat box. Okay, so have your attendance. But again, if you still have questions, additional insights ba yan, or personal experiences ninyo, pwedeng-pwede pa. And of course, no, thank you sa mga participants natin, to Sir Cyril for the active participation, for engaging sa ating mentor ngayong gabi. Sige, so while you are having the attendance, i-move ko na lang yung screen. Anyway, meron naman siyang link sa chat box, no? We still have 3 more webinars remaining for the month of June. So, meron pa tayong 3, no? Yung last 3 natin, so this coming Saturday, this is all about the use of AI for smart business development. And this is under our business development na webinar series. Tapos meron tayong isa pang professional development that will take place this coming Monday. This is the 7th series, and we are going to talk about mental health in the workplace. Kasi the other day, last Friday, no, may professional development tayo, yung 106, building a growth mindset yon. Tapos by Monday, the 29th, mental health yung pag-uusapan natin. And for the last webinar for this month, June 30, sorry, hindi ko lang na-change yung date na nagkamali. The date, the time I mean is 6 o'clock, not 7 ha. So it's 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening. Siguro yan yung previous namin na sa template, hindi siya na-edit. But it's 6 to 8 pa rin kasi all our webinars are 6 to 8 talaga yan. Except doon sa isa naming mentor na nagre-request talaga siya ng 7 to 9 because magta-travel pa siya from work heading back home. So records management, this coming next Tuesday, webinar on effective digital filing and electronic records management. So if you're also interested to the remaining 3 na webinars, all you need to do is just to register by visiting the link na nandito sa ating screen. Or I suggest, if you are not yet a follower of our Facebook page, and our other social media accounts, I am also encouraging all of you to follow us para lahat ng mga pinopost namin, no, notified kayo or makikita ninyo, especially sa aming mga schedules ng aming mga webinars. Kasi every month, ano kasi talaga yan, iba-ibang topics. Because if you notice, di ba, series kasi siya, like 101, 102. So meaning to say, since we started doing webinars, walang topic na mauulit talaga, no? So, like for example, administrative management. So hindi na yan siya mauulit-ulit. Kaya may record na lang if you want to go back to those topics. Kaya every month, bagong topics talaga ang ino-offer namin. Kaya follow us on our social media accounts to get regular updates from us. Okay, so since 7:47 naman din, it's already 55 in the evening. Eksakto lang naman yung oras natin, no, sa ating discussion for tonight. So let me have this chance to thank our Mentor Abner Ilaw. Sir, maraming salamat for sharing your insights to all our participants this evening. Kaya see you again, no, sa ating next scheduled webinar. Marami pang mga learning activities na involve si Mentor Abner sa Scale Up. Kaya maraming salamat for your time. And of course, sa ating mga participants na nandito sa Zoom and sa Facebook live streaming, thank you very much for investing your Wednesday evening with Scale Up for this learning session. And kaya pala medyo marami tayong viewers, no, sa ating Facebook Live. One of the participants, si Sir Cyril, as he mentioned earlier, invited his students, no, to watch. Kaya sabi ko, bakit parang ang dami nito nasa Facebook Live? So thank you, Sir Cyril, no, for inviting them. Kaya
Yes,
maraming
no
salamat
worries.
din. Thank you. I hope you will
Thank you
still
din po.
invite your students in the future webinars. So
Sure
that's
po,
it,
will
guys.
do.
Yes, sige po. So that's it, guys. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Your certificates, no, yung certificates ninyo will be processed tomorrow. So just give us time, like tomorrow, no, and until Friday to process your certificate, and we are going to email your certificates once na nagawa na namin. So kung ano yung email na ginamit nyo sa registration, doon namin ipapadala. Okay? So hintayin nyo na lang siya tomorrow. Pinakamatagal na talaga yung Friday natin. So that's it. Maraming salamat. You can still be productive for the rest of the evening. Take care always. No? God bless you all. And always remember, we are your Scale Up partner. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Mentor Abner, and goodbye to all our participants.
Thank you so much din, ma'am, the opportunity. Thank you so
Goodbye.
much.
Thank you so much.
Also, thank you po, Sir Cyril. Thank you po. Very active si
Pleasure,
Sir.
sir.
Very active.
Thank
See
you,
you
ma'am.
again po.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you po sa lahat.
Bye,
Thank you po sa lahat.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you.